out of this group. It's WordPress support, which is funny. A guy that used to work with John, really good friends with John, we started these about almost the same time, and WordPress support wasn't really a big thing. Now there's over 15 companies offering WordPress support. But I founded this out of this group. I always offer deals. Anybody who really needs help and doesn't have a lot of money, I have amazing price plans. So one of the first customers that we had is Swerve Radio. The guy lives here in Vegas. He's really cool. His name's Osiris. He'll probably be here next month. Anyways, he runs this great WordPress site. The thing about this is, he came to us and said, we're using the Yoast SEO plugin, and we're having a problem, and that problem is up here in the actual, let's go to here. Yeah. So if you can see this bar right across here, when you would hover over this, it would say his site title and then his tagline, and then it would say his site title and tagline twice. And he had no idea why that was doing that. Inside his theme and inside of the plugin and on the actual page that he was using, there was 3 places that he was changing the information and it wasn't working. So we had to kind of debug the site, figure out what was going on. So the theme that he's using is really simple. It's definitely not that theme, that's for sure. So it's called Mega Mag. I found a bootleg copy of it online. Anybody wants it, let me know. Anyways, so what was happening is with his theme, if you're not familiar with themes, like you get a folder, right, or you get a zip and you install it inside of WordPress and it unpackages, which is awesome. By default, WordPress, if you come into your settings and go into reading, by default, it's going to have your latest post checked. And what this means is WordPress is going to go and look for either index.php or a home.php, or if neither of those exist, it's going to look for blog.php or single.php. It's going to look for the first thing it can find and use the home page. If not, you can select here and you can select from pages that you already have and make that your home page. So if you go into pages and go to all pages and there's a template called home and save that and you save that page as home, you'll come to here and, oh hell, let's do it. So you go to add a new page, let's call this home, and you can see here, there you go. So the default template over here, so let's say that I wanted a full width page to be my home page. And I can come up here and go ahead and hit publish. Now that that's saved, I can go back down to settings, go to reading, and then I can go to, let's set a static page, home, and hit save changes. Now that's my home page. Again, by default, WordPress likes to use your latest post, which is fine, that's okay. The problem with this is this theme is relatively old, this Meg theme, it's relatively old. The author has refused to update it after many times of us writing him with our concerns. So with that, we kind of took over and we've helped him build his new site. So with that in mind, when you set to your latest post and come home, I'm going to show you how I got this here in a minute. But you can see here in the top bar, I'm using this plugin, but it's showing me that my home page, when I set it to use your latest post, it's spitting out index.php, or it means it's using the template file called index.php in my theme folder. Going to here, and how I came up with that is a plugin, and I showed this plugin last month. It's called, where'd it go? What template file am I viewing? Can everybody see that? Let's bring it up a little bit. Right here. So this is the free plugin. Activate it, and then when you go to any page on the front end, it will tell you what page it's spitting out. There's many hooks to do this, but this plugin, install it, activate it. There's no configuration, no settings. It's really awesome. So what was happening is, see, like right up here in my top where it says WordPress Meetup Demo, normally when you install the Yoast plugin, there you go, it's going to add this post type over here called SEO. So when you go into the dashboard, there's all these like great little settings, and I'm not going to really go into a lot of the settings. But if you go into titles and metas, this is where you can actually set the titles for like your home page. So you can see right here, this comes up. And let's just do something like, right? And then let's just do something crazy. And when I save this plugin, what it's supposed to do is this is supposed to update inside of here. So let's go ahead and refresh this. So you can see right here, see how this still says my actual default setting? It never changed. Even though the Yoast plugin, when you type in home, it's supposed to say your home page, what would you like your title template to be? And I put in this. Let's try it again. Like, let's change something crazy and hit save changes. Again, we refresh it and it's not changing. So what's happening is...
It did change.
Huh?
It adds it from the browser.
That's on this point.
It's in red.
There it is.
Okay. Anyway, so, but you can see what it's doing is it's adding to it. It's not replacing it to what I need it to put up to. It's adding to it. So what's going on is it's doing multiple things. It's taking my title from inside the general settings and it's merging it with the Yoast SEO plugin. At first I thought that this was actually like the plugin setting. I thought this was something going wrong. So we deactivated the plugin and the theme does what it's supposed to do. So we determined, alright, it's not the plugin, it's not the theme. So let's go take a look at it. And I found out it is the theme. So to change this, I did a little bit of debugging, and on my home page, I can come here, and all the way at the bottom, Yoast gives you some things here, and so I can dictate what I want my title to be. This is my home page, so let's go ahead and hit OK. Now when I view the actual page, my URLs, my permalinks, man. Permalinks to get you every single time. Okay. Still nothing, huh? Alright. Well, anyways, regardless, what happens when you edit this is with his specific theme, whatever you were typing in here, it was showing up for on a page. So on a page template, it was showing up. But on his index.php template, it wasn't showing up. So to fix this, all I really had to do was turn his index.php template into a page template, which is 3 lines of code, and upload it back up. And I'm actually going to show you that. It's probably a little dark, or light. Alright, anyways, let's zoom in. Everybody can see this. Anyways, so I have this page template right here. If I copy this, so his normal index.php file looks just like this. Okay? And with any page templates, if I go look at the full width, remember we saw it earlier when we went to pages, all pages, we created a new one called home, and then it said page templates, and we selected full width. WordPress looks for this top line, and see how it says template, name, and then it says full width. So all I had to do was copy this, come to his index.php, and go ahead and save this. Then what I did was I took a copy of this. I had it in this nice little folder. So we grab a copy, I'm going to paste it onto my desktop. And I'm going to rename it now it should be called homepage.php. So let me go ahead and open this up. Let's double check. Yep, there it is, homepage. Let's go ahead and open up. And let's take a look, homepage. Let's go ahead and change this to home. Let me save that. Awesome.
Hey Russ, what editor are you using real quick?
That's Sublime Text. Normally I do most of my work in Komodo, just because whatever I change is live on the server and I can refresh without FTP. But for the sake of this, I'm using Sublime Text. So let me go ahead and copy this, and let me go ahead and actually drop this into where it should be. I'm running a local host. I'm using WAMP, so it's inside here. Content, themes, MigMig, and let's paste. Now, we can go to, let's refresh, so it picks up. And now you can see that we have that home page. Let me bring it up for everybody, sorry, my bad. Now you can see that I can choose from 2 templates, right? I can choose from full width, and I can choose this home page. We can name that anything you want, it doesn't matter. You can, when I first started out, I would name this, use this for the home page, that way I knew. So we'll go ahead and save this. But now, since pages worked, but its index didn't work, I can now come here to home, and I can type in whatever I wanted into here and save it. And then I can go into my settings, go into reading, and choose my front page as this home page, and go ahead and save it. And now, with his site, when you come here, it actually spits out what it's supposed to, which is this stuff now. It wasn't saying this before, it was actually saying hip hop internet radio, swerveradio.com, hip hop radio, or hip hop internet radio, swerveradio.com, because that index.php file has never been updated, it didn't have a template name, and it was just kind of like created for 3.0. It wasn't really set up for anything above 3.0. Hopefully, whatever theme you're using, the developer should be providing some kind of update, should at least be testing it. When you go to the theme developer's demo site, it actually is still running on like 3.1, and that's kind of a bad sign. Anyway, so that's literally all we did to fix his site. For some reason, with Yoast SEO and his website, anything inside of the title meta and this actual tab right here for home, you can see again now it doesn't work anymore because I dictated that I want to use a page now. If you use a page, you can't come in here and do this, which is fine because I want to set it to the home page anyways. I don't like to go 5 different places to change a meta tag for one title. So all we did was create a page template, save it, save that as the home page, and then now he can come in here anytime he wants and change his SEO for the home page. Yeah, just like that. Trying to debug this, we started going to themes, and we have this theme here, and it spits out this nice little post type down here. When you go to general, I thought maybe, look at this, this is all broken. You can tell this is just a theme that isn't WordPress 3.8 ready, you know? Just the tabs are gone. This actually was like a nice little admin bar, it did like some cute little things, but now it's all broke because the jQuery that they have is no longer supported. The code that's inside of it is horrible. But he refuses to change his theme, and with that, if you refuse to change your theme or if you update it, you can do that without having to go and buy a whole brand new theme and resetting everything. But so looking at this, see it even says homepage here. So I started looking in the homepage, and I'm not trying to update the slider. I'm not trying to do the style. I started going through, and there was nowhere to change the homepage. Normally, in some themes, you can, if the theme claims to be SEO friendly, it will actually have inside of the admin panel where it says home title, home meta, home description, and that will drop into the actual template. This didn't have it, so that's how we knew, okay, the theme wasn't working correctly. We went into Yoast, and inside of Yoast, I'm going to go back to my reading real quick. set this. Sweet. Now we'll go into Yoast. We'll go into titles. We'll go into home. And now you can see that these boxes are back. And so we were typing like crazy stuff. I was even like rewriting the PHP inside of his template to pull this field specifically out of the database, and still wasn't like working correctly. For some reason with this theme and this plugin, it didn't work. It doesn't like to play nice, and that happens when you either have a theme that was poorly developed or you have a developer who refuses to help you. And I wasn't going to rewrite this guy's whole thing for him. And again, he really didn't want to walk away from this theme because he put a lot of work into it. It's actually an app on the iTunes store. He's actually using AppPresser, which is really awesome. How many people don't know about AppPresser? Don't know. AppPresser is this great little plugin. You install it, configure some things, and it turns your website into an app. And you can upload it onto the Android store, iTunes store. It's awesome. Check it out. I don't want to give you guys the wrong idea about it. AppPresser.com. Check it out. John knows the people really, really well. If you have more questions, he might be the guy to answer those questions for you. But so looking at his theme some more, going through the Yoast settings, just for the titles and metas, these weren't working either. And for some reason, he had no idea why they weren't working. His title template for everything. And what was happening was, darn it, I closed it. Okay. Let's see. So his single.php. Yeah. So what's happening is Yoast SEO likes to look for something called title. So normally you'll have it stopped it already. So normally you'll have like title, and this will be like PHP blog info. Let me bring this up, sorry. Normally between these two title tags, it's looking for whatever you're calling your theme. So you would normally call this like homepage. If this was like an HTML site, you'd save this. But right here, this title is what dictates what comes across up here in this bar. That's how you actually give it a title. So Yoast SEO is actually looking for those title tags to replace. It's using some jQuery, and it's looking for, if there's a thing called title inside these brackets, replace it with, and it's dropping in its own code. And you can see that inside this index PHP, there is nowhere for title to be going at all. Even inside of the header.php, he had his titles here, but it's got some more information between the titles, and that's what the real problem was. This right here is what's really causing the problem. So all I really had to do was erase this and save this, and Yoast works perfectly with this kid's theme now. So that was two different ways that we went around debugging. I found out that it worked with the page template, but it didn't work with the single template. So alright, let's go create him a page called homepage, set it as the default homepage instead of the latest post, and it's saved. Coming in, reading a little bit about Yoast SEO, reading the jQuery, I said, alright, it's looking just for title, nothing else. And with that, with this inside of it, that was right there causing the problem. And it was like, what, 12 characters, 15 characters, something like that. That's all that was blocking my problem. So to come here and save it, upload it, this plugin worked phenomenally. The last thing that we tried to do was, oh man, where'd it go, advanced. I had posted this earlier, let me find it. Nope. That's not it either.
Can you search on your name?
I can, yeah, I may as well, huh? Be so much faster. This is another group called Advanced WordPress. I'm an admin over there. Check it out. It's awesome. There's some really smart people. Here it is. So this is another plugin. This is awesome. This is called Custom Resources. And what's happening is with this plugin, I could write a script and upload it to my own server, and I could just link to it inside of this plugin, and now that script is running on his site. So to solve a problem was, like, let's say you're building a site for a client and you build it on their GoDaddy hosting and they change the password and kick you out, and now they don't pay you, right? They have your work. Well, if you link this way, you can just move all those files, don't delete them, you can just move those files to a different directory, and now their site doesn't work, and pay me, and that way you're not going in that way you're not going in and deleting files off their server, because that's not good. But so I even tried to hack his theme with this, and it still wasn't working. But this plugin normally 9 out of 10 times works. It's phenomenal.
What's it called again?
It's actually called Custom Resources. It's in the plugin repository. This is an awesome plugin. Check it out if you want to do things like fix websites for your friends, but host the file because they're not going to pay you. Awesome. Any questions? Sweet. Thanks, guys.